When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. As we start up our story off, when we last left off, in a meeting with all the heads of the crime families and big players in Gotham, as Silver is sitting right next to Harley Quinn, to his right and Poison Ivy to his left. Everyone can tell Harley Quinn is no longer paying attention to the meeting. Her full attention is towards the wolf boy, as she begins to give him head pats while Ivy is giggling. Silver was... Give me a second, guys. Silver was irritated at first, but he was surprised that he was quite enjoying the head pats from Harley Quinn, so he allowed it to continue. And Silver can smell the crazy offer, so he made a mental note in the future not to piss this woman off. She seems the type to go off the handles quite easily. What I suggest, ladies and gentlemen, that we get rid of this problem here together and take out this League of Villains. I'll be sending Silver over here to each of your territories to help with the fight against the League. I will also be providing resources for big scale attacks. Considering Silver and Harley are getting along so well, he's going to be taking care of her problems first. Then he'll go to Mr. Freeze to help him figure out his problems he's been having over there. Then we'll go down the list. Thanks, Hood. I get to take him home. I'll be taking Silver here to help with me with a few things. Then I'll send him over to Freeze's place. Alright, Red. Let's go. See you around, Hood. I'll keep you updated. Red Hood stopped Izuku before he walked past him and put a hand on his shoulder. Here, take this burner phone, so everyone here can contact you. Just keep me posted on your progress. Sure thing, boss. Don't worry, boss. We'll be taking out this League of Villains sooner or later. After all, you have a Lycan on your side. Silver decided to leave the room, followed Ivy and Harley Quinn into the vehicle as he sits in the back seat of the car. So what type of trouble has the league has been getting into in your territory? Eyes on the road, hun. I'll explain it to Silver. They built a base near the Ace Chemicals. It's probably not their main headquarters. I'm guessing it should be smaller base, but who knows? They probably have similar bases all around Gotham City. Unfortunately, we still don't have a location of the base near Harley's place. We just know it's in a wide range area where we've been seeing members of them come and go. Nor do we have information on their power set, if they have powers at all. Harley has only had a brief encounter with the League, mostly skirmishes. Silver noticed the car stop in front of Ace Chemicals. and followed the two women out of the car into the building, basically. Silver wasn't expecting to see humans wearing some sort of clown getup, mask, and makeup, walking all around Ace Chemicals. With his clever mind, it didn't take him long to figure out that these must be Harley's henchmen, or lackeys. Strange outfit, but he's a Lycan, so he doesn't think too much of it. They're they're humans. They're weird. That's how Silver looks at it. While he's walking through, thinking about the strange looking humans, he was broken out of his chain of thought, hearing loud explosions followed up with gunfire. It looks like I'm starting early. Don't worry, Ivy and Harley. I'll take care of it. I'll just have to follow the sounds of gunfire and explosion and gunpowder. I'm a pretty good tracker, so this should be simple. This shouldn't take long. It didn't take Silver long to locate the trouble. As he watches the clown goons fight against the League of Villains using their quirks. Well, League of Villains using their quirks. And the goons really don't have any quirks. They just use either melee weapons or, guns. The typical thug stuff. Silver did notice a blond man that seemed to be in the bigger side of things in the back, ordering the rest of the humans with a cocky grin on his face. Silver made his way through the. Sorry. Silver made his way towards the man, ordering the rest of the League of Villains. And Silver killed any humans that try to get in his way. Get in his way. As Silver never took his eyes off the blonde man. What do we have here? I can smell the blood coming off you. Maybe attacking this place was not a total waste of my time. So I take it you're from the League of Villains, Blondie? That we are, boy. You get the great pleasure of being killed by me, Muscular. You're a cocky human. Let's see if you're so cocky after I beat your ass to the ground. Silver moved so fast that Muscular couldn't keep track of his movements. Silver appeared right in front of Muscular and rammed his right fist into his chest as Muscular goes flying backwards into a wall. 3 members of the League of Villains come rushing towards Silver, only for them to get their throats gouged out by Silver using his claws, as the humans fall to the ground dead, as bodies becoming to decorate the ground, courtesy of Silver. While bodies are still dropping, Silver is walking calmly, with a smirk on his face, towards Muscular, slowly. Silver slash. Oh, sorry, give me guys. As Silver slash and rip his way towards Muscular, killing dozens of members of the League of Villains. With a psychotic smile on his face, laughing as he's butchering his men, or members of the League. Muscular is feeling something that he's never felt before. The first time in his life, Muscular is feeling actual fear. Watching Silver butcher the members of the League with a smile on his face. While Izuki was enjoying himself slaughtering, humans, his old pal, he's never actually seen a human until he got here, but yeah, he does like killing. He likes to hunt. He's a Lycan of all things, so it's naturally built into him as a main instinct. Silver heard Muscular scream out retreat. As all the League of Villains that were attacking Ace Chemicals retreated with their tails between their legs. As all the clown goons stare at Silver that's covered in blood. Silver white hair is covered in red. Cleanest messed up. I'm on my way to inform your boss that the attack has been repelled. Now, if you excuse me, I definitely need to take a shower. Kill any survivors. As he finally located Harley and Ivy, as he stepped into the big room. I'm back. I've already took care of the attack. I caught the scent of one of the members of the League. I should be able to track him down. The scent should last, I'll say, 5 or 6 days. Thanks, hon. You need to take a shower. You're covered in blood. The shower's in the next room. Thanks, Harley. Once he got into the shower and walked back into the room, he sees Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy in lingerie sitting on the bed, waiting for him. What exactly is going on, Harley? Don't get me wrong, I like the view, but what's up? We're giving you your reward, of course. As Harley and Poison Ivy grab onto Silver's hand or wrist, as they led him to the bed, both women begin to undress Silver, as he spent several hours having some fun with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Because of his lichen genetics, he tired out both women. As they both, all three of, the girls, or Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, curled up, curled up and laid their head against his chest. As all three of them fall asleep. Silver woke up the next morning in the same position with both women, snuggling up to him. Silver has many experience with women. He fools around with many of his kin before on his planet, before Darkseid's attack. He has no problem having a little fun until he finds his mate. Silver was about to get out of bed, but was dragged back into bed by Harley and Ivy, as they're clearly not done with him yet. Not ready to get up. We're just too comfortable. Isn't that right, Red? Harley is right. You're very comfortable. Your hair is quite soft. As the three of them stayed like that for a couple hours, Silver finally got up and got dressed. Silver found his way to the what's the word I'm looking for? Lunch area for all the goons where they sit down and eat, basically. Found his way to the area of Ace Chemicals where all the goons are sitting down and eating together. Silver eats his food, hearing all the gossip all around him. As the goons are clearly talking about him, about how he butchered all those members of the League with ease in fighting against the blonde man, making the blonde man with the muscle shirt. Silver can smell the fear off them because of his presence, but Silver chooses to ignore it. It's a typical scent he gets from certain people that are clearly scared of him. He doesn't really care. He barely even pays attention to it. As we cut to the League of Villains at their base near the Ace Chemical, Victor is waiting for the results of the attack by Muscular. Victor is a vampire that joined the League of Villains. And Victor is the one in charge their branch in America. Victor is All for One's personal enforcer. When Victor saw Muscular make it into the room, he noticed there's barely even half their numbers from when they started the attack. As he stares down at the human that seems to be injured, "Sir, things didn't turn out the way we thought." Victor kicked Muscular in the head, making him go flying against the wall. "How hard is it to kill 2 women? And a bunch of humans with guns. You have power, for crying out loud." Idiots. I swear I'm surrounded by idiots. All for One's not going to be happy about this. So, I suggest you get up from your lazy ass, shape the fuck up, and fix this. Before I just straight up kill you. I might even do that anyways. I expect things to be handled when I get back. Do I make myself clear, human? Do not fail me again, or you're dead. Feel free to use the numbers we have in stock. Whoever roughed you up, kill him or her. It doesn't really matter. I want those 2 bitches dead. Do I make myself clear? That's why I hate working with humans. Fucking idiots. Victor morphed into a bat and flew out the window. As we cut back to Silver, night has finally began, as Silver is standing on top of a building that's near the Ace Chemicals. Silver is tracking Muscular's scent back to their little hideout. While searching for the League of Villains, Silver came upon some mugger trying to rob someone. Silver put the hood over his head from his hoodie and jumped off the roof and ran towards the woman being robbed, then swiftly took out the 2 humans, non-lethal, of course. He likes to hunt, but he's not going to kill some random weakling. And it wasn't, and that's, yeah, he's not going to just straight up kill a mugger of all things. If he cannot kill someone, he will, but he's not shy about killing it either at the same time. It's kind of weird how he does things. Well, it depends on what situation he comes upon. But anyways, I ranted about that enough. Let's continue with the story. After Silver took care of the punks, the woman thanked Silver repeatedly as she ran off. Silver turned around to block a kick that was come out of nowhere. As he was sunk into the ground a little bit from the impact of the kick, as Silver gets a good look at his attacker, or getting the where the kick was coming from a human bunny. He recognized this one. "Finally found you." "Hello again, Bunny. Fancy meeting you here tonight." "You're not going to escape me this time, cutie." "You're one persistent little bunny. I'll give you that. But sure, I'll play along. I like women like you." Silver kicked, Silver spin kick Mirko, only for Mirko to barely dodge the kick and jump up backwards to get some distance. When he did his spin kick, the hood over his head fell off, revealing his face, his wolf features, like his hair and canines. When Mirko rushed towards Silver, she threw out her foot, trying to kick Silver, only for Silver to catch her ankle and throw her into a building. Silver rushed into the building. As Silver and Mirko exchange blows with each other inside the building, Silver is slamming Mirko through, slamming the bunny hero, Mirko, against the wall for only Mirko to slam him in the wall in return. Silver and Mirko land several hits off each other, a mixture between punches and kicks. Oh, punches and kicks. Mirko tried to ram her elbow into his face, only for her to get kneed in the stomach. Mirko spin around and kicked Silver across the face, making him go sliding backwards, shredding the wood floor of the building. Mirko ran towards Silver. As she rammed him through the walls, going through several walls in the abandoned office building, Mirko pinned Silver against the wall. I got you now. I don't think so, White Bunny. As he spun Mirko around, pinning her to the wall. Silver had a smirk on his face. Now who has who pinned Little Bunny? Mirko broke his grip off her as she had her hands around his wrists and spin him around right into the wall, cracking it in the process. As the wall behind them began to crack a little bit from the pressure being slammed into the wall repeatedly. I think I'm the one who has you pinned down, little wolf. In the heat of the moment, Mirko placed her lips against Silver's forcefully. Then she threw Silver out the window with a kick in the stomach, making him go flying out of the office building. That's what you get for sucker punching me when we first met. Silver got up right after he got slammed into a park car. As he's dusting himself off, Jesus, what's wrong with these women on this planet? Silver cracked his neck a little bit. About time Mirko got out of the building, Silver was long gone. He took off and had enough time sidetracking enough, so he needs to get back to his main mission to locate the base. Silver is hoping that Bunny doesn't show up. She's a handful as she is. Sometime later, Mirko finally stepped out of the building, trying to find Silver. Shit, he got away. No matter. I'll find him eventually. I'm definitely going to bring him down. But I'm definitely going to bring him down, but I'm going to have fun with him in the meantime. I can't wait for our next meeting. You taste good. As Mirko licks her lips, as she continues her patrol. After searching several hours, he finally located where they'd been holed up. Silver is standing in the front of the entrance, holding up two humans by the neck, as he lifts them up the ground and snaps their necks, then kicked down the door and tossed the bodies to the side. Silver began slaughtering every human he saw on his way to whoever's in charge, leaving a trail of bodies behind him. Yet again, Silver is covered in blood, head to toe. When Silver entered the last room, he saw Muscular surrounded by some sort of creature. He could tell they were werewolves at some point. As Silver observed the werewolf Nomus that's been gone through the process of being Nomus. Would be more specific, the churn vampires. No, sorry, churn werewolves. As Silver sees a portal open up right behind Muscular, Muscular is feeling a bit scared from the boy, but he's never going to show it. Right now, at least. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but let's continue. You're going to pay for this, little bastard. We're definitely going to meet again. If you survive your new playmates. As Muscular disappeared through the portal, leaving Silver with 3 werewolf Nomus. The 3 werewolf Nomus come rushing at Silver and attack him all at once. Each Nomu land a hit on Silver, or the Lycan, making him go flying against the wall, making a huge crack on the cement wall from the impact. Silver started to cough up blood from the attack by these three creatures that was once werewolves. As Silver anger began to rise, by the league of the gall of turning werewolf into these mindless monsters, Silver composed himself before he goes feral, as his glowing yellow eyes return to normal, as he gets up and gets into a feral fighting stance and begins weaving and dodging around the Nomus, the abominations, in Silver's eyes, as he immediately shoved his claw into the abomination face, ripping off the head in the process, as he was forced to dodge the 2 other abominations' attacks coming towards them with increasing speed, as both Nomus, with their fists, land a devastating blow against Silver's chest, making him go flying out of the base into the street, getting skid across the hard street surface, tearing up the street in the process. As you can see, a straight line that's been cut through the street, going a couple blocks. Damn it. Whoever did this is damn it. Whoever did this to these werewolves, they clearly increased their strength to extreme levels like this. Their bodies were mortified somehow. They're actually creating serious damage. That last hit was powerful. Crap. As one of the Nomus released a burst of fire out of his mouth, as Silver rolled out of the way. A short note, or just to let you guys know, these Nomus had corks beforehand, before they were werewolves. So, yeah, just to let you guys, just want to give you that guys information beforehand. Alright, let's get back into this. He rolled out of the way. He immediately leaped in the air, then slammed his fist into one of the Nomu's face, as the creature ragdolls across the street, slamming into a fire hydrant, as the water begins to shoot upwards. As the Nomu finally stopped moving, slammed against a parked car, Silver immediately blocked a attack from the other Nomu, then engage the Nomu into hand-to-hand combat. He activated his bracer to activate the moon magic to increase his physical strength and give him more access or more speed. On top of the strength boost, he began striking the werewolf Nomus harshly. He's trying to take out this one before the other one finally rejoins the battle. This would be a lot easier if I could shift, but it's too dangerous right now. I won't have enough time to shift, and I don't know who's watching. It won't be smart of me to expose myself out in open like this, even though it looks like a ghost neighborhood, or town, basically. It's not really a town. Well, he's in a town, but let's continue. Silver ripped the street sign off the metal bell, or the metal piece it's attached to, and threw it at the Nomu, chopping right through the Nomu's head, killing it, as he blocked a massive fist coming towards him from the other Nomu that finally rejoined the battle. From Silver's previous attack, previous battle was easy. Well, I keep on saying Izuku. It's a force habit, but Silver. As a car comes peeling through the street, as you see Harley Quinn with a metal bat with spikes on it at the end of it, as she nailed the Nomu across the face, as it screams out in pain by getting hit by the silver bat with the silver spikes, and with the silver barbed wire that was wrapped around the metal bat. Silver saw the creature slowly recovering, or healing, and getting back up. As Silver, with his most energy, the fastest he could go, he ran towards the Nomu, chopping the Nomu his head into, chopping half the head off, trying to destroy the brain. As Silver is hearing sirens in the distance. Hurry up, get in. The cops are on our way, or on their way. Silver jumped in the car, able to take a breather. Harley decided to take the back roads back to the Ace Chemicals. They finally got to a tunnel. As they stopped the car, as they hear the police cars driving past them, with police sirens blaring. You need to treat some of those injuries. Those look pretty nasty. I should be fine. I'm a fast healer. Silver coughs up blood. That's really not my problem. And I'm not asking. Remove the shirt. Fine. Silver takes off his shirt and hoodie as Harley begins to treat whatever wounds she can. We should be in the clear now. I'm taking you back to the hideout. You need to lay low for a couple days and rest and recover. Then I'll send you over to Mr. Freeze's place. I can't thank you enough for helping me, Silver. I'm glad this hassle's out of my territory for right now, at least. No problem. Unfortunately, their leader wasn't there. And the meathead I fought prior escaped through some sort of portal. That base near Ace Chemicals is no longer active, but they must have plenty of other bases, like Ivy said. Well, you don't have to worry about that for tonight. All you need to worry about is getting your strength up and getting ready and get rested. You look exhausted. That I am. It's been a very productive night. I'm gonna shut my eyes for a little bit. Go right ahead. I'll wake you up when we get there. It should only take us 20 minutes. Harley Quinn would continue to drive, occasionally checking up on Silver. She's unsure of what he is, but there's one thing that Harley Quinn knows, that he's not human. Harley knows he's somewhat related to a werewolf somehow. At first, she thought he was a werewolf, but she's never met a werewolf with wolf ears and with a tail. Wolves look like regular people. Plus the shifting ability. It seems to be stronger, faster, and and heal faster with their regeneration. Harley's met a couple of them in the past, but in the long run, it doesn't really matter to her if he's a human, werewolf, or vampire. She quite likes his personality, and he's a bit crazy himself in a different way, and she's quite fond of him. Harley has found a good one to please her and Ivy intimately. She finally found a guy, well, they finally found a guy that's able to keep up with them, even outpace them. So she wants to continue this with Silver as long as it's mutual, nothing romantic towards each other. Ivy and are well, Harley and Ivy don't have no romantic feelings towards Silver. It's more of a friends with benefits situation. They're in. While Silver is sleeping or recovering, his broken bones started to mend themselves. His right arm was shattered from the impact of one of the hits he received alongside his broken left leg, and with a cracked rib, well, several cracked ribs. Author note: werewolf nomus are stronger, well, and faster than the nomu that you see in canon that was in the USJ attack. Let's get back to it. End of author note on this. Anyways, when Silver woke up, he found himself inside Ace Chemicals. Harley and Ivy helped him out of the car. They put his arms around the both of them as they led him through to their room for him to rest. Harley Quinn is still happy, so let's try again. Harley still had work to do, so she left shortly after they placed Silver on the bed. Poison Ivy stayed behind to keep a lookout on him and keep him company. Silver is, well, basically laying on the bed when Ivy is snuggling right next to him. Ivy was worried at first when she felt his vitals were very faint. When she placed her head against his chest, she could hear his heartbeat. It's in a steady pace. It's in a steady pace. Heartbeat basically is steady. Ivy's been around werewolves enough to know that their bodies shut down almost completely during their healing process when they're trying to heal a severe injury. They go into a hibernation state. Ivy had some experience with werewolves before. She knows Silver is the type of werewolf that she's never seen before. Lycans are a well-kept secret. No one outside of the wolf species knows of their existence. Lycans have the only difference between werewolf and lycans have wolf features on their head, like ears and tail, and more defined canines, or teeth if you don't know what that is. Werewolves just look like ordinary people, barely noticeable. You would have to take a closer look to tell a human from a werewolf by their sharper teeth, and so on. And they can't touch anything silver. Ivy and Harley took turns looking after Silver. It only took 3 days for Silver to fully recover. As he woke up on the third day in the morning with Ivy and Harley sleeping on each side of him, cuddling up to him, Silver finally got up and said his goodbyes to Ivy and Harley as they both kissed him on the cheek. Then he, eventually left. Harley stopped him for a quick moment, dialed her number into his phone, and used his phone to call herself so she has his number. So she knows who it is when she calls. She made it perfectly clear that she would call again to have some fun in the future. Silver begins his way towards Mr. Freeze's territory by taxi. That's what the address he got from Mr. Freeze by text and by text message with the location where his lab is located. He finally located where he was setting up shop, some sort of building that ice was everywhere. Silver sees two Mr. Freeze's guards stopping him from entering after he informed them who he was. Silver was allowed entry and guided to Mr. Freeze himself. Good, you're here. I'll explain what I need to be what I need to be done, or what I need done. The League of Villains got their hands on one of my prototypes of my latest design for a freeze ray. It's far more superior than my current one I'm using now. It's still untested. I want you to retrieve it, then remove the League of Villains from my territory. Take as many goons as you want. Or need. That won't be necessary. It seems very doable. Do you have the identity of the person who stole your invention, Mr. Freeze? It was a blonde girl. Here's the footage. As Mr. Freeze showed the footage of Toga breaking into one of his labs and stealing the freeze ray after stabbing the guards to death with her knife. Then she escaped out the window. According to the man that did survive, she was, what I've been told, she's very unstable, apparently. And apparently they're holed up in a rundown old library that was shut down years ago. They have fortified themselves in there. I suggest you move with caution. I've been told by, like I said prior, by the surviving members of my men. She's very very unhinged. That girl could give Harley Quinn a run for her money when it comes to crazy. Thank you for the information, Mr. Freeze. I'll take care of your problem. It should be taken care of shortly. I'll return when I have news of my success in your gun. Huh, interesting. A freeze ray. Silver walks away, just pondering the idea of a freeze ray. Good luck. Freeze. So as he walks away, Silver made his way out of Mr. Freeze's laboratory, where he's been setting up shop, where he's still trying to find a cure for his wife Nora. Silver briefly saw her in some sort of containment tube, frozen. He didn't ask questions. Silver can tell the lady must be important. So he didn't want to offend Mr. Freeze. Bring up stuff like that might heat up. Might heat up. He seems the type to get angry pretty fast when it comes to that woman in there. He could sense the affection Mr. Freeze holds for that human that's frozen. And he's a firm believer that he won't butt in someone's business. So naturally, he minded his own business, so he didn't really brought it up. As we cut to Toga, as she's testing out the freeze ray at a couple civilians that the League grab off the streets and begins freezing the people one by one, saving a few of them for feeding. After all, she's the little sister of Victor. This free ray is awesome. Gotta love human technology. It's quite advanced. Whoever this Mr. Freeze guy is, clearly a genius. Of humans advanced over the years. Time to free some more civilians. Toga's phone goes off and she looked at the caller ID. It was her brother. Oh, hi, bro. What's going on? According to what information I got from Muscular, after I torture him, there's a werewolf heading your way, so you should be expecting company soon. I'll leave the werewolf fate to you, my beloved sister. You like to keep werewolves as pets, so I figured you would like another one. This one's been hunting the League, a villain, for some reason. Apparently, I think they're working with other major crime organizations around Gotham. Don't know how they got a werewolf under their command, but that's beyond the point. Be on guard. This one seems to be extremely violent, according to what I've been told by Muscular. Oh, brother, you know exactly what to say to cheer a girl up. I thank you for the present. Take care, bruh. Alright, the rest of you are very lucky. You get to live. Let's just stay here and sit tight. Unless you want to join the others, being my own personal popsicles. That's what I thought, humans. Now, guys, make sure to greet our guest warmly once he finally arrives. Toga got done finishing saying that. Silver burst through the window of the library, seeing all the members of the League of Villains with civilians, and a couple of civilians that were frozen by the freeze ray. As Silver sees the freeze ray in the blonde girl's hands, Silver was about to attack the League of Villains until someone came through the same window. As everyone sees Batman and Batgirl begin engaging the League of Villains, surprising Silver. He watched the girl with the ray gun as Batgirl kicked the gun out of her hand and slid across the ground. Silver begins to head towards that direction to pick it up until a green-haired woman comes out of nowhere and threw him across the room with her telekinesis as the freeze ray shot towards the woman as she catches it in her hands. As Inko used her other quirk to see through the device and mentally copy how it's made, the whole, blueprints. As the wife of All for One holds up steps out of the shadow, holding the freeze ray. So this is the one that's been causing all the problems. All right, Toga dear, let's clean up this mess. I've already figured out the technology of this freeze ray. We should be able to copy it. Here, doggy. As she tosses the freeze ray over to Silver. As he finally got what he's looking for, as he catches the gun with the irritated expression on his face, grinding his teeth, while he's catching the gun, I believe you came after this, doggy. Come on, Toga. I think we've outstayed our welcome. As the portal opened up behind Inko, well, Silver come rushing towards them, trying to stop them, only for Toga to grab onto his wrist and slam him into the ground, and place her foot against his throat. Sorry, Wolfie. I would love to sit here and play with you more, and add you to my collection of werewolves, but never seen one like you before. We'll definitely be seeing each other. Nighty night. As she kicks Silver across the face, as he goes flying across the room, skidding, as the villains make their exit before Batman could stop them. Silver uses his chance to bolt out of the library, leaving the grunt work to the strange-looking human dressed as a bat that calls himself Batman. Silver, give me a second, guys. Silver escaped successfully, while Batman was concentrated on the members of the League that were left behind. He was able to get out. He was able to get out of there without much trouble. He would come across occasional League of Villain member, but he could easily knock them out or kill them on the spot. Luckily, he didn't have to kill anyone. As he continued his way back towards Mr. Freeze's lab to hand the freeze gun over to him. He has no idea who that green hair woman was, but Silver could tell she was extremely dangerous. I retrieved your property. The bat got involved, and a green hair woman. She mentioned that she figured out your technology, so they might be able to recreate it, unfortunately. That is troubling. I'll deal with that another time. It's only a prototype after all. It's nowhere near completion. It'll take them years to figure out what I really have planned for this specific weapon. Don't worry about the bats. He tends to get into other people's business. He'll clean it up nicely. Just allow him to do his thing. I suggest you lay low for now. That's all I really need from you. Thank you for your assistance. It's much appreciated. Problem, I'll let myself out. As Silver makes his way out of Mr. Freeze's laboratory and dial number on his phone. What do you have for me, Silver? I took care of Harley and Ivy's problem, alongside with Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze did mention I should probably lay low for a little bit, considering the Batman showed up. That's probably the best advice at this current time. If Batman is involved, he won't stop. So, yeah, lay low for now. I'll contact you once I have your next mission. I'll send you the info when the time comes. Understood, boss. As he hangs up the phone. Now the question is where I'm going to stay. I'm just going to have to find a place to stay. Well, at least I have some money to get a place for a few nights. Before he could walk any further down the street, before he could walk further into finding a place to stay, he caught a scent of someone familiar, Lady Nagant. She's heading towards his direction. There you are. You've been hard to track. Sorry about that. I was busy doing some things around Gotham. What's up? My Alpha wants to meet you. She asked me to bring you in to see her. I do need to lay low. Well, sure, why not? Lady Nagant can smell several scents coming off him. She doesn't understand why that makes her so angry, but she kept her composure, being an ex-member of the safety committee. She knows how to keep her cool, but she's not too happy. Silver followed Lynigant out of Gotham City and headed through a forest until they come upon three huge houses in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by forests, with several werewolves staring at Silver once they notice him. Please follow me as Lynigant guides Silver into the pack house, well, the middle building. As there's three buildings, like I said. In the middle one's where the Alpha stays, and the other stays in the other two houses. As Nagant lead Silver to some sort of office inside the third house, as Silver sees a woman sitting on a desk, waiting for them to arrive. The Alpha noticed Silver. She jumped up from her seat and greet her guests. You must be Silver. I'm Rose, the Alpha of this pack. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's very nice to meet you as well, Rose. No, the pleasure and honor is all mine. You're the first Lycan that has been seen for centuries. So, how are you adapting to Earth? Since you made a ruckus when you land in the middle of Gotham City, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. I had no idea the Lycans use a spaceship to escape Earth. That's strange, even for Lycans. Oh well, I'm not really important right now. I'm slowly adjusting. These humans are weird. Very odd. Adopted daughter said you were involved with some sort of crime family in Gotham City. As the Alpha did adopt Lady Nagant as her daughter, so that's how that works right now, and how her relationship with the Alpha is. Yep, you hit it on the mark. I need protection, so I'm doing a few things for a few humans. I'm dealing with the League of Villains. Nothing too bad. Know them. They tried to recruit my pack. I outright refuse to get my pack involved with humans, especially those kind of humans. Especially now I've been hearing they've been running experiments on werewolves that they captured in the wild, mostly rogues, or freshly newborns that have been recently churned. I might have come across a few of them. I fought those creatures that resemble a werewolf. That's probably what you're talking about. They've been modified somehow, like they were like a mindless doll. I killed them, of course, but they managed to hurt me severely at the end of it. That's horrible. But at least you gave me some information on these Nomus. But I do appreciate the intel. I would like to offer you Sanctuary. I kind of allow the other packs to get hold of you. If the other packs realize or find your existence, some packs won't have your best interest in mind. I figured something like that probably would be possible once I arrived, so that's why I didn't reveal myself to any of the other werewolf packs. That I smelt. I'm truly sorry about that, Silver. You might not be the member of my pack, but you're among family. Sweetheart, why don't you show Silver to our guest room? Of course, Alpha. Please follow me. Say good night, Silver. We'll talk more tomorrow. Good night, Alpha Rose. As he followed Lady Glot through the hallway, she stepped into one of the front doors, one of the spare bedrooms, allow him in and showing him basically the room. If you need anything, just come by my room. My room is right next to yours. Good night, Silver. Good night, Nugget. That's where we're going to stop it. Hope you guys have a good night and enjoy my time zones. I'll catch you in the next video.